Crazy facts about football that will make you question everything. When you think about footballing records, goals and victories might come to mind. But how about a defender outscoring a midfield maestro? Or a game that ends with a jaw-dropping 149-0 score line? From the bizarre to the brilliant, the football world is full of surprises that defy belief. Strap in, because these wild facts will make you see the beautiful game in a whole new light. 1. The origin of football. Guess what? The world's most watched and followed sport, football, has its origin story in China. Yep, the same China whose team is rocking the 75th spot on the FIFA Coca-Cola Men's World Ranking. Well, they might not be ruling the rankings, but here's the shocker. Football, or as they called it back then, Cuju, was apparently born around 476 BC in China. Sorry to ruin your belief that football originated in England, but here is the truth. 2. Giuseppe Bergomi played in 4 World Cups, but did not appear in any qualifiers. Giuseppe Bergomi pulled off a soccer feat like no other. He graced 4 World Cups without a single qualifier. At 18, he made it into the 1982 squad as a last-minute addition. Then, in '86, Italy waltzed in as the reigning champs, and Bergomi, ever the cool customer, just hitched a ride on the bus. In 1990, Italy hosted the World Cup, and Bergomi was on the list. Now, here's the real kicker. In '98, at the ripe age of 34, he made a surprise cameo in the squad. The man played football with flair. No qualifiers needed, just a sprinkle of Bergomi brilliance to keep things interesting. 3. Aston Villa used to be more successful than the Red Devils. Before Alex Ferguson stepped into the spotlight at Manchester United, Aston Villa had more trophies. Yep, Fergie took the wheel in 1986, just when Villa had bagged 7 league titles, FA Cups, 3 League Cups, and the European Cup. Meanwhile, United wasn't too shabby either, with 7 titles, 6 FA Cups, plus a European Cup and a Cup Winners' Cup. It's 18-15 in terms of the major honors they'd snagged. It's like Villa had the early lead. But then Fergie turned on the magic for United. Football history always keeping us on our toes. 4. 80% of the world's football is made in Pakistan. Did you know that a whopping 80% of the world's footballs roll off the assembly lines in Pakistan? If you've got a football lying around your house, chances are it hails from Sialkot, a city up in the northeast part of Pakistan, near the Kashmiri border. Talk about a global Kickstarter. 5. John Terry's unlikely goal tally. John Terry, Chelsea's center back, has scored 41 Premier League goals, surpassing Andres Iniesta's 35 La Liga goals for Barcelona. Despite being a defender, Terry's goal tally outstrips Iniesta's. Who would have thought? 6. Bruno Fernandes' resilience. Bruno Fernandes has pulled off a pretty impressive feat, never sitting out a club game due to injury. In his entire playing career, he's been missing in action for just 4 games, and that was all because of some pesky illness. Believe it or not, he skipped more penalties than games due to sickness. Talk about being a real trooper on the field. Bruno Fernandes is definitely one of the fittest champs in the football world right now. 7. Ronaldo's post-30 goal stat. Cristiano Ronaldo has netted over 376 goals since hitting the big 30. Wrap your head around this. That's more than what legendary strikers like Wayne Rooney, Didier Drogba, Robin van Persie, Carlos Tevez, and Fernando Torres managed in their entire careers for club and country. Talk about overpowered. Cristiano's numbers are like an anime villain's kill count. Crazy, right? 8. Zlatan Ibrahimovic stints. Zlatan Ibrahimovic has played with 6 clubs that won the Champions League. Yet the man himself hasn't clinched the trophy. From Ajax to Barcelona, Inter to Juventus, Milan, and Man United. He's been on a trophy tour. It's like he's collecting Champions League experiences. But the actual goal, still missing from his cabinet. Quite the twist in Zlatan's football tale. 9. Bert Trautmann continued playing after breaking his neck. In the 1956 Cup final between Manchester City and Birmingham City, Bert Trautmann broke his neck. He was knocked out but was woken up, and he shockingly played on. At the time, neither players nor officials realized the severity of the injury, and Trautmann was incredibly fortunate that such a serious neck injury didn't prove fatal. Quite the jaw-dropping moment in football history. 10. Messi's legacy and the Ballon d'Or. At 25, Lionel Messi had clinched the Ballon d'Or 4 times. Today, despite a surplus of young talent in football, No player under 25 has secured even a single Ballon d'Or. The older generation of players still reigns supreme, posing a significant challenge for the younger ones to reach those heights. It's like the torch is yet to be passed to the new kids on the block. 11. Goal-scoring legend. Cristiano Ronaldo has netted more goals against Manuel Neuer than any other player despite never playing in the Bundesliga. In 7 games, he scored 10 times, creating a kind of personal rivalry with a goalkeeper from a different league. This remarkable record shows Ronaldo's exceptional ability to consistently find the back of the net against even the best keepers. 12. Gareth Bale's Premier League performance. In a single Premier League game, Tottenham versus Liverpool in 2013. Gareth Bale did it all. He scored, assisted, netted an own goal, and even received a yellow card. Talk about an all-in-one performance. It's like he was determined to tick every box on the football checklist in that match. 13. Atletico Madrid's final woes. Atletico Madrid is the only club to grace the Champions League final 3 times and leave empty-handed each time. 2 of these heartbreaks occurred within the last decade, both times facing its arch-rival, Real Madrid. It's like Lady Luck isn't exactly cheering for Atletico Madrid. 14. World War II and the journeys of the World Cup trophy. After Italy won the World Cup in 1938, they kept the trophy in a Rome bank to shield it from the tumult of World War II. Fearing the war's unrest, the Italian Football Federation's president, Otorino Baresi, decided to be even more cautious. He slyly moved the trophy from the bank to his own apartment. The Nazis caught wind of it and, indeed, raided his home. Luck, however, favored Baresi. The Nazis didn't search thoroughly enough. A plain old shoebox under Baresi's bed slipped through their inspection, keeping the priceless trophy safely hidden. 15. The missed opportunities. Back in 2018, Erling Haaland was on the verge of signing with Everton for just $5 million. However, the decision-makers at Everton deemed him not good enough and swiftly passed on the opportunity. Fast forward to today, Haaland is making waves with Manchester City. Similarly, Manchester United had chances to sign Argentine striker Julian Alvarez, but they didn't show interest at the time. In hindsight, this decision seems unwise, because Alvarez turned out to be a standout player for Manchester City. It's like missing out on a golden opportunity. Alvarez's performances have been remarkable, significantly contributing to Manchester City's success. Sometimes, transfer decisions in football can be tricky. It's a classic case of football's hindsight playing tricks on the decision-makers. 16. Sergio Ramos and his 26 red cards. In 180 games for the Spanish national team, Sergio Ramos never received a red card. However, during his stints with clubs like Sevilla, Real Madrid, and PSG, he faced the dreaded red card 26 times. It's like he has 2 football personas. Ramos, the cool-headed national team defender, and Ramos, the fiery club defender, an intriguing duality. 17. The largest football tournament. In 1999, the second Bangkok League 7-a-side competition made history as the largest football tournament. An incredible 5,098 teams battled it out, featuring over 35,000 players. It's one of those cool football facts that just adds a touch of awesomeness to the game's legacy. 18. A player played 2 matches in a day. Players these days usually get a good 4 to 5 days of rest between matches, and even in tight schedules, they manage a solid 2 days to recover both mentally and physically. Now let's rewind to the less glamorous 90s, where money wasn't flowing freely. Mark Hughes, the Welsh star playing for Manchester United, had to pull off a footballing feat. Upon joining Bayern Munich, he had to feature in a match with his new team and juggle a qualifier match with the Wales national team on the same day. Talk about double-duty football hustle. 19. Highest scoring game ever. On October 31, 2002, the world witnessed one of its oddest games in history. In a showdown between arch-rivals AS Adema and Soleimern, something unheard of occurred. In protest against an unfair refereeing decision in a prior match, Soleimern deliberately lost, scoring a whopping 149 own goals. The result? The game ended with AS Adema seizing a remarkable 149-0 victory over Soleimern. Now that's a protest. Okay, there you have it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel for more soccer content.